Welcome to the suburbs with Andy and Greg. Yesterday, Keely and I celebrated our 33rd anniversary.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
7 of the best years of your life.
Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you. I'll be here all week. So we decided we want to elope. And
really?
But a little bit of a planned elopement, if that's a word.
Semi-secret?
Secret, except for us and my grandmother.
Oh, she knew.
She knew. She was my best friend, and Keely loved her too. And so we wanted to go down. There's this, those Christmas cards of the church with the steeple and the snow, and it looks like it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Sure. Kind of one of like Thomas Kincaid kind of things.
They had one near the farm. And so we thought, wouldn't it be cool to get married in a church like that? And so my grandmother was going to be our witness. We called her Ma. Ma was going to be our witness, and everything's planned. And the minister all of a sudden somehow catches wind that Keely had been married when she was in college.
Uh-oh.
And yeah.
Is that a problem?
It was for him.
Oh, my.
He said, no, can't do it.
Because she'd been married previously?
Yes.
Wow. She's not the first person to get a divorce, is she?
Apparently, in his eyes. God would strike him down. He couldn't. He could not get on board with.
So you're the one that got the divorce. I heard about these things, but never thought I'd meet the person.
Right. Yeah, so he said, no, can't do that.
Oh, okay.
And so we had to reboot the idea. I've got two friends that I've known since I was 2 or 3 from the neighborhood where I first grew up.
You still have lunch with one of those guys, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm still friends with both of them. I just see
crazy.
Richard more.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and his dad was a minister at Crooked Creek Baptist Church. And so I said, hey, Richard, do you think your dad would marry us? He said, yes. So we go to Crooked Creek Baptist Church. We get married. And you know what happened to him as a result of marrying a woman who was married once already and divorced?
Struck by lightning?
Totally. Struck by lightning in a rainstorm on a golf course.
You see that guy from Caddyshack? This is like the best game of my life. I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for quite a while. I'd keep going.
Actually, nothing happened. God let us live a happy life of now 33 years. He lived his happy life. Nothing happened. So my grandfather, down at the farm, grandfather, was dying of cancer. He sees the end is near. And this happens with some people. He decides, I need to punch my golden ticket. Thinks he should embrace God now.
Just sort of woke up that morning and said, you know what? Today's the day. I'm going to clean the slate.
Right.
Yo, God.
Hey.
I got some things I got to get off my chest.
Right. Or maybe I could just be purified. Let's go be baptized.
Oh, sure. That's cool.
And this minister did that for people in his swimming pool.
Above ground or below?
Below.
Okay.
So here we are, the poorest county in Indiana, Greene County. And this dude's like, yeah, come on over. You could do a high dive into my pool and it'll cleanse you.
Cannonball.
Right. then we'll have beers, we'll float on rafts, and we'll talk about Jesus.
Non-alcoholic beer.
They have faux liquor, too.
Flicker?
Yes, they do. Yes, a children's movie and wholesome liquor.
Without alcohol.
The guy that wouldn't marry us because Keely had previously been married and legally divorced, then he invites my granddad over to swim.
With Jesus.
Right. Do 2 laps. I don't even know.
2 laps for Jesus.
Say 5 Hail Marys and jump in with a cannonball.
Go over and back once. You're cleansed. Here's the deal. Just swim 2 laps.
Yeah, he's got emphysema. He's got chronic lung disease.
The floaties on his arm, of course.
Right. Yeah, those are the ones that help you. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So my other brush with weird minister religion things I'm sure you've been in weddings. Have you been in any Catholic weddings?
Not in, but two.
You were invited.
Invited to.
You didn't crash them. So I was in a wedding that was a Catholic wedding, and they, at the end of that, have communion. And in this case, the priest was very specific with instructions of the wedding goers. Is that the term?
Attendees.
Attendees. There you go. It's official. So very specific. Only get in line to take commission if you're Catholic.
Communion.
What did I say?
Commission. I mean, get commission. I want my 3% commission. Well, that's that line over there. The heathens get commission. The Catholics get communion.
The priest said, only get in line to take communion if you're Catholic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, very serious about that.
Super serious.
Yeah, specific.
Mm-hmm.
And like a moth to a flame, I got up and got in line. And I can't tell you why. It wasn't to be vindictive. It wasn't because I doubted him. I was like a puppet on a string all of a sudden, and I was pulled to him to do this. I didn't feel pressure. I didn't want to be one of the Joneses. I just got up and went.
You're in trouble now.
Well, I didn't know how much trouble I was in until I got there.
You didn't know the secret handshake?
That's exactly right. He outed me after he gave me the body of Christ.
Spit that out.
You know the look that your parents give you when you are more than grounded?
Mm-hmm. The look. I get that all the time here at home.
Oh, do you?
Still get the look.
Well, I got it then. And it's because there's a special word or sentence that you're supposed to say when they put body of Christ on your tongue.
You said thanks.
I said thank you.
What else you got?
And the minute I said thank you, which, I'm being polite. I didn't say, well, this sucks. This tastes like crap. Whose body is this? This can't be his. Wait a minute. I thought Jesus would have been sweeter than this. I mean, there are a lot of different things that...
Sure.
But thank you is polite.
Now, if you'd have said it in Latin, you might have gotten away with it. You might have gotten a pass.
Yeah, there was no pass.
Or give him a thumbs up.
Could I have some blood to wash this down? Oh, my gosh. He was like, boy, and he didn't talk to me at the reception because of that. It was, oof.
So you were drawn to get up and get in line to receive communion, which theoretically is kind of a holy moment in a way.
Yes.
And instead you were shamed.
Totally. 100% shamed.
Love thy neighbor. Not like myself.
I don't even know what to say to that. He was not loving me.
Exactly.
Yeah. A little bit of judgment happening.
Heathen away.
Because of your church audio engineering skills, you were just at the big ceremony.
Well, we had Easter. Since I'm more part-time these days than I used to be, I'm not doing as many services that I used to, and I've got a team of people that's able to sort of run the ship for me. Something was amiss this year at Ash Wednesday. I don't remember what it was, something to do with a lighting board or something, I believe. And so I had to run into church. I had to run over there. I said, okay, I got time. I can go bail you out. So I drove over there and fixed the situation. And, of course, Ash Wednesday is the beginning of Lent, which is you're supposed to give up something for 40 days for that period of time. And one of the guys asked me, what are you giving up for Lent? And I said, I'd like to give up coming to church on Wednesday night.
That's not what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say Peeps.
No. Getting out of my Barco lounger and driving to church in my pajamas at 7 p.m.
Oh, my gosh. So do you celebrate with Peeps?
Every once in a while, we'll have some.
Stale mushrooms.
You mean stale marshmallows?
What did I say?
Mushrooms.
God, where is my mind today? I did stale mushrooms.
It's a different conversation.
I think I had some stale mushrooms before I came here.
Clearly. You seeing tracers?
Right. I see dead people. When I drive to Mom's, there's one of these handmade billboards up against a woods on the edge of a farmer's field that says, Jesus is coming, are you ready?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and every time I pass it, I always come up with reasons on why I'm not. and the fact that, how do they know?
They don't.
They get the text? Is he a text? I see Jesus as...
It could be a group text.
Would it be? Just the people that really should have gotten communion?
I was just going to say, except for the people that are snarfing the communion wafers. You've been blocked.
Oh, yes, they did. They blocked my number.
Well, I heard Jesus is coming. I didn't get the text.
I didn't get the memo.
Oh, well, you ate communion.
Yeah, heathen. I'm not ready. That's the whole thing, is like this fear-mongering part of, he's coming, are you ready? Like, I don't know what I would need to do to get ready.
Vacuum and dust.
Oh, yeah, well, I think we're most of the way there. I think we've got the dusting down. Vacuuming is kind of, I could do that as he's pulling up in the driveway. In the Pope-mobile.
You said it before I could.
Keely's always got wine on hand, so we're good.
Yeah, there you go. Well, or if you had water, he could turn it into wine.
He could,
Yeah.
and we do.
Yeah, there you go.
We don't have bottled water. We're not in the plastic thing. We have the filtered into our own 24-ounce deal.
I still think you could turn tap water into wine.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's chlorinated. I don't know if that's a blocker or not.
Give it a little aftertaste.
Yeah, this wine tastes like crap. Oh, it's the chlorine. It's the
wine.
fluoride.
in the wine.
Is that still a thing in water?
You know, I was thinking that the other day, believe it or not. I'm not sure why, but I'm sure it is. My father would know. He spent his entire career treating wastewater, so he knows all the things that go in and come out.
You say, this water tastes like crap. And he goes, you don't know how true that is.
Listen, if you only knew.
Right. I read something in my news feed this week that said, we're drinking the water that dinosaurs drank.
I'll have a Jurassics on the rocks, please. Of course, there's a subset of society that would believe there were no such things as dinosaurs.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not sure what water they think they're drinking.
I don't know, but I think that they've had communion. And they know the password.
The secret handshake. I mean, you know, if Jesus is coming, you're going to think you're going to want to have some snacks, too.
He should come on a Friday, then.
Fish?
Yes.
There you go.
That's right.
You probably would like some cheese and a charcuterie tray.
Maybe. Cured meat.
Wait a minute. He's Jewish.
Scratch that.
Okay. Big Mac.
My mom could hook him up. What's this hard shell? Well, you crack the hard shell. I've had it in the oven for 2 hours. You crack that hard shell, and magically a stale Big Mac will pop out.
That tastes like styrofoam.
Peeps. Tastes like Peeps.
Or Peeps. Or stale mushrooms.
Oh, there you go. Up at the lake where Mom lives, our lake has one main marina where you can get gas. And Joe and Mary are these, I think they classify probably under the height rules as little people. They live together. They're our age. And Mary decides whether you get gas or don't by whether she likes you or not.
Oh, boy.
And I've been fired by them.
No gas for you?
They don't want my stinking face on their property. So they were winterizing our boats, and I would tell her, you know, we would have an arrangement just like you do with other businesses, whether it's auto mechanic or tire place or whatever. You make an appointment and you go in and you do it.
Sure.
Right. So I tell her that we're going to ski until October 21st, and I will have my boat to her on October 22nd. They're iconic at the lake because of this soup Nazi mentality of, you know, selecting who can get gas and who can't, and who's been chewed out by her. And
this is the only place you can get gas?
On the lake. Yeah. So you, if you're out with her, you have to get cans of gas. The boat gas is specific.
Oh, marine fuel.
Yeah. I've got them listed in my phone, I couldn't even tell you what their last name is. I have no idea. It's just Joe and Mary, or Mayor Joe, as some of the people I know call them.
Hitler.
Could be that. That's the attitude for sure. I'm at a conference in Florida at the airport, and my phone rings, and it's Joe and Mary. They're like pop icons. And so getting a call from them, and this is before I've been fired, I was like,
Celebrity.
yes, I'm getting a call from Joe and Mary. And so I take the call, and I assume it's Mary because she's more extroverted than Joe. And she's like, you need to get your boat here. And I said, well, hi, Mary. I mean, that was her hello. You need to get your boat here. You ain't skiing. And I said, well, we had an agreement. I was going to come on the 22nd, and that's tomorrow. Yeah, and you ain't skiing, so bring your boat now. I said, I'm at a conference in Florida. I don't get days off like you. You need to get your boat here. I said, but I'm in Florida. This is how much I want to get my boat to you. I'm flying home, getting in the car, driving there, and I'm going to get my boat to you tomorrow. I told you I was going to get my boat to you. I'm going to honor my commitment. You ain't skiing. You know how windy it is here? It's raining, it's wind, and you ain't skiing, and I need your boat. And it just like was this loop of anger. And so what am I supposed to do then? Bump somebody from another flight? End up in Kansas City because
Get in the car and drive.
I'm going to rent a car.
Okay, I'm on the road now.
Sweat all over the place.
If I hurry, I can be there by tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, right. I'll be there earlier on the 22nd.
So was that the beginning of the end of your relationship with her? I mean, did she fire you after that?
No, she didn't fire me then. The issue that they had was, so I've got a ski nautique. It's built to ski. That's it. That's the boat. Mm-hmm. And when we bought it from the previous owner that tried to turn it into a wakeboard boat.
Did you have the big speakers?
Yeah, I did have I had the big speakers, and we didn't use any of that stuff, so the guys I ski with would just smack their head into the speaker. That was it. There's just people's brains stuck to the side of the speaker.
The big metal speakers, good for nothing.
But I was getting gas in the middle of August, and I said, hey, we need to talk about winter storage and when I'll be turning in my boat. And she said, well, I've got all of the contracts in, so you're going to maybe get in, maybe not. I said, I didn't get a contract.
See, it's kind of a matter of fact. This is your problem, not mine.
Right. And I said, well, I didn't get a contract. And she said, all contracts were made all that, whatever date it was. Because they care about the customer. It's all about customer service with Joe and Mary. And I said, I didn't get one. And she said, well, then you ain't going to be winterizing your boat here. And you can't get gas here anymore either.
Uh-oh.
Meanwhile, Jeffrey is trying to get onto their pier and falls in. He goes between the boat and the pier, falls in. He's flopping around with that clumsy dog paddle, and I'm out. I'm fired at that point. Get that dog out of here. You can't get that dog in the next 15 minutes. I'm shooting it.
A real people person.
Yeah. Little people person.
Oh.
Little people, big attitude.
That's a bumper sticker.
Little people, big attitude?
Yeah.
I think it is. We should make shirts.
Hey, did you know that Pink Floyd just celebrated their 50th anniversary of Dark Side of the Moon?
Keely has nothing to do with that.
The moon or Pink Floyd?
Pink Floyd. Doesn't get it.
Just not her jam.
Not her jam at all. Richard, the son of the minister, had posted on Facebook of the School of Rock recording Leftoverture. And she's jamming to Kansas as we're going to Chicken Patty's house. And I said, wow, that really takes me back. That takes me back to high school. And she said, I loved this album. I had this album. I was like, what? She said, yeah. I said, I didn't think that was a girl album. And she said, well, I'm a girl and I loved it.
She's the one.
I guess she
she's the one chick that bought Leftoverture and the first girl to get a divorce. Only girl.
Only
girl to get a divorce. She's a minor celebrity. Kind of like that biatch up at the boat dock.
Mary.
Yeah, the celebrity, minor celebrity.
They need a reality show. I mean that would be huge on Lifetime or whatever.
At TLC, they've already got the little Johnstons, so they can dovetail right into another little people show.
It could just be a short evening. An evening of shorts.
Hosted by Martin Short.
I didn't know. Hey, Joe, I didn't know jorts were still in fashion. They ain't jorts. These are regular shorts. They just look like jorts on me.
That's my good slacks. Hi, this is Andy. If you enjoyed listening to our podcast, please be sure to subscribe and share. Remember, laughter is contagious. Help us spread it by telling a friend.